Hello everyone, welcome back to Build with Temi. So a few weeks ago, I did a video on how to be a great leader, how to lead your employee correctly and all of that. And then someone commented on that video and said I should do a follow-up video on how to be a great employee. And that is why we are here today. So yes, how can you be a great employee? The first thing I need to tell you is I know every single one of us, we crave leadership. We want to be leaders, want to be appointed to do this, to do that. But you need to first understand that before you can be a great leader, you have to learn how to be a great employee. You have to learn how to be a great servant. Servant in this context is not something condescending. Is you just have to learn how to serve, how to follow, how to take instructions. So as good followers, as good employees, all the things that you're gonna be doing has to be in support of the leader achieving that goal he or she has set for that organization. In this video, I'm going to be sharing tips on how you can be a fantastic employee to your current employer. First thing is you must recognize the authority of that leader and respect their office. For instance, you're the HR of your organization, which means in some regard, you're some sort of leader there. And then you decide to volunteer for something, maybe in church, maybe a non-profit, maybe in your mosque or whatever. And then you meet that cleaner as the head of a particular committee you have been assigned to in that particular place. You have to respect them. You have to recognize their authority. That's not the time the cleaner will say something and you're going to say something directly opposite to that thing because you're trying to show that, yes, I'm still the boss. When you get back to your office, you go back to your position as HR. But in that context, they are the leader and you must respect their office and you must respect their authority. You cannot go behind their back and start backbiting against your leader. You're going to ensure that you give them all the respect that they deserve. If your leader is about to take a particular decision that you do not agree with, you should ensure you share your opinion with them respectfully. I know that some of you will say, that my boss, he doesn't listen. That my boss, she doesn't listen. She never takes any other person's opinion. My question for you is, what was your manner of approach? Immediately they said it, you immediately countered it in front of everybody and you expected that leader to listen to you. How? So please, if you have contrary opinion, respectfully go and meet your leader, your boss, your employer, whoever they are, and tell them in a respectful manner. And I believe they will listen to you. Number 2, serve them diligently. If there is any set of people I absolutely do not like, it is eye service people. People that would only do particular things they're supposed to do when they see you are watching them. People that will always want you to see, oh, this is what I did, oh, this is what I did not do. Do you know how amazing it is when I see someone has gone extra mile without me asking them, or I discover that they did this without me even mentioning it to them? That's always so amazing to see as a leader. So that's one of the things you should imbibe. There are some of you that the day you know your boss is going to come early to work, that day you are going to get there by 5 a.m. You pretend as if you are the most punctual. But the day you know your boss is maybe out of town or your boss will not be coming early, that's the day you get to work by 10 a.m. And you still be lying to your boss that I'm there, I've gotten to work, and all of that. So don't be like that. Regardless of who your boss is or how they are acting, serve them diligently. Don't be one of those people that will say, how much are they even paying me, that I want to kill myself? Of course, don't kill yourself. But ensure that whatever you are doing, you're doing it well, you're doing it with excellence, and you're serving them diligently. Yoruba people have an adage that when you interpret it, it just simply says that it is how you do another person's work. That is how you're going to do your own work. What you are doing at that period, you're just building discipline, you're building resilience in yourself, you're becoming a great and a better person. All of those coming early and all of those things you're doing it for yourself, not for your boss, not for anybody. Yes, your boss might be benefiting from it, but ultimately you are doing it for yourself. So ensure you do that work diligently. Be that person that when you are not there, they are missing you. When you decide to say you're leaving that organization, your absence is going to be felt. And if you feel like the workplace you are in is too toxic, then leave. Don't stay in a workplace and then your excuse for not being diligent in your work is because your boss is toxic. If you think the boss is toxic, the workplace is toxic, and you cannot work there, then leave the workplace. But don't be there and not be diligent. 3, be reliable. Be that person that if your boss say do a particular thing, thing, your boss can go to sleep because they know you've done it already. Don't be that person that when they ask you to do a particular task, all you are doing is coming up with excuses on why and how it cannot be done. Be that person that always finds a way, even if eventually you were unable to accomplish that task, but at least you will show your diligence by trying. Even if your boss does not see your reliability, your colleagues are seeing it. Some clients will see it. So ensure that you are that reliable person. That person that if your employer or your boss says do this, they can be so sure that that thing is going to get done. Don't be that person that will say, is this my father's company? Why will I keep myself? No, don't be one of those people. Yes, it's not your father's company, but that company is paying your bills, is it not? Even if it's not paying all your bills, it's paying some of your bills, is it not? And that company is a stepping stone for you in your career ladder. So ensure that whatever work you are doing for them, you're doing it well. 4, honor your leader. I honestly believe that there's nobody who doesn't like to be honored. This doesn't mean that, oh, you start carrying their bag, you start kneeling down when you see them and all of that. No, don't diminish yourself because you're trying to honor somebody. But honoring them means that you're showing them respect that they deserve. Your leader might say something in a meeting in front of every other person. You're not going to counter them in that meeting just because you want to show that, I know that. No, give them that respect that they are the leader at that time. You might not like it. You might go back later and say, boss, I didn't like that thing that you said at that time, and all of that. They might not apologize because not everybody is that self-aware, but at least don't disrespect them in front of other people. And you don't just have to honor them in their faces. Behind them too, you need to honor them. That means that you won't just start gossiping about them to other people, saying the things that are not good about them to other people. You have to ensure that whatever is happening, whether in their face or behind them, you're only saying good things about them and you're showing them honor. 5, do not steal from your employer. Not their money, not their clients, not their business, not their work. If there's anything you need from your employer, just go and meet them and ask them. And you need to remember that when you ask someone something, the answer is either yes or no. If they say no, then no it is. You move on. I remember one of my very first clients was an employee of an organization my former employer represented. And when this man reached out to me about personal issues, I was like, I'll get back to you on it. Immediately, the next day, I called my boss and I told my boss this and that. And my boss was like, oh, no, you can assist him. You can work with him. That's fine. And that was the only time I took the step to work with him. If my boss at the time had said no, no would be no. There is nothing like maybe I can do it on the side, because if the person finds out, it's not going to end well. I remember one time I hired a cleaner through a cleaning agency, and the way it works is that we pay for the cleaner to the cleaning agency, and the cleaning agency remove their own money and then they pay the cleaner. So this lady comes to my house. First day she was coming to my house, she cleaned, she did very well. And when she was done, she was about going. She now said, ma, she just wants to discuss something with me, or if I don't mind that we can just be doing this thing without the cleaning agency. Let's say I was paying the cleaning agency X plus 2 naira. So she told me that she earned X naira. So if I can pay her X plus 1 naira, she would be coming to clean for me without the cleaning agency, which means I'll be paying cheaper money for cleaning. But I met you through this agency. I couldn't have seen you on the road and allowed you to come to my house. Best believe that was the last time she came to clean in my house. Secondly, I reported her to her boss because that's nonsense behavior. Don't be that person who tries to steal from your employer. It won't end well. Ask people who are talented in snatching other people's husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends. When they do those kind of things, more than half the time, they will eventually collect their own breakfast in front. So anything you steal from someone else will still steal it from you. So there's no need, or it will not end well, or you'll be caught if it's money. So don't steal anything from your employer. God will do your own. Your own time will come. Number 6 and final point is pray for your employer. I know a lot of you might not want to agree, like pray for that wicked man. Yes, it might be that wicked man, but he is still the ultimate decision maker in that organization. He's the one that will determine how much the company will grow, the projects the company is going to do. He's the one interfacing with clients. So it's so important that you pray for direction for that man or that woman, that God will continue to direct them on the right path. They will make the best decisions and all of those things, because at the end of the day, it will affect you one way or the other. Let's say the company does not grow and then they are unable to pay your salaries or any anything like that, what is going to happen? You're going to be out of work. Even if you had 2 jobs, that's one less income that you're going to earn. And for some time, you'll be uncomfortable. So why don't you pray for them so that that never happens? Secondly, this has to do with your career. The kind of project you're doing under that organization, the kind of work you're doing, the quality of work you're doing is going to determine how developed you're going to be as a person in that career path. There are people who I went to school with who were extremely brilliant that are currently not practicing law. Not because they're not brilliant, not because they don't know how to practice law, but because they were unfortunate to work with bosses that were very, very toxic. And that's left a terrible taste in their mouth. And they are doing other things now, though they are still very brilliant at the things that they are doing. But some of them, I'm sure, will still wish to study law. This is not to say that, oh, maybe because they did not pray for their employer, that's why that happened to them. I'm just sharing this to say that it's so important and it ties to your career if you're praying for your employer. I mean, it's just like being in a boat or in a ship and you're in the middle of nowhere. Got to be praying that God, let this captain take us to the right destination. That's whether you like the captain or you do not like the captain. So see it from that context. When you see it from that context, it will be easier for you to pray for him or her. At the end of the day, just be a good person. Be a great employee, whether your boss deserves it, whether they do not deserve it, whether your boss is toxic, whether they are kind, regardless of who they are, just be a fantastic employee to them. Ensure you imbibe all of these tips that I have mentioned in this video, and you would see that it's not just about your boss. At the end of the day, you're becoming someone you're proud of. You're going to become a better person. And I hope and pray that if your job is currently not serving you well, or you're in a toxic environment, or anything that is hindering your self-development and your growth, I pray that God is able to give you something better that will replace that one so you can easily leave to another place. But pending the time you are still there, please be a good person to that employer. And that's it on this episode of Build with Temi. I hope you enjoyed watching it and you learned a whole lot of things. Whether you're currently running a business or you're unemployed and all of that, this video is very helpful. If you know anybody that is just starting out in your career, send this video to them. As a leader in your organization, ensure you share this video with all your employees so that you can start imbibing the qualities that I have listed in this video. And till I come your way again next time, I remain Temitope Odeyinka. Like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to send an email to me at buildwithtemi@gmail.com. And if you're an employer and you watch this video and you need policies, contracts, and all of those things for your employees, all you need to do is send me a DM, or you send Starr in a DM. All our details are in the description box. You take care of yourself, and I wish you a lovely time. Bye.